Stop whining.
Hello mortals. God of War Valhalla is here, and with it comes a whole new set of trophies to conquer. 12 to be exact, 11 bronze and 1 silver. I love God of War, and I would call myself pretty decent at its combat, so I will be choosing the next hardest difficulty out of pure enjoyment. Let's jump into it. Kratos and Mimir have received a mysterious invitation to the trials that are Valhalla. Arriving at the location gifts Kratos with completely ridding him of his previous upgrades, effectively removing his stats and resetting his HP and rage bars.
Back to basics then.
He does get to keep his skills though. With nothing more than a locked door ahead of him and some runes giving vague details about what's to come, Kratos opens the giant locked door with his bare hands. Inside, I was greeted by our first enemies, who almost killed me since my shield had mysteriously vanished. I then opened the chest in the middle of the room, which offers me a choice on which weapon I would prefer to play with for this run. I chose the axe and proceeded to the next room where I died. Kratos and Mimir wake up outside again and get confronted by Freya and Sigrun. After the interaction, I got my first trophy. Invitation accepted. Now I can freely choose my own shield and rage path. Dauntless is my favorite and pretty much the only shield I've previously used. I talked to my Valkyrie friends Air and Gunnar to get my mastery quests, which I needed to complete for the Understood the Assignment trophy. Then they and Sigrun beautifully sing the door open and I enter for my second attempt. Now I get to choose what runing attacks I want to use that rhymes, which I make sure to switch up every attempt to complete my mastery quests faster. After the first couple rooms, I arrive at the Asgard Sanctuary, one of the 9 realms I need to visit for the Wayfarer trophy. I fight myself through some more rooms of enemies and visit both Jotunheim and Svartalfheim before meeting my demise. Back at the beach, I decided to change my godly drip at the appearance pedestal, awarding me the Style Points trophy. On top of that, I can now upgrade my stats on another new pedestal. I went for more health and then continued onward into Valhalla. Arriving at Kratos' old throne room and hearing a familiar voice, Kratos then gets a headache and wakes up back at the beach. I upgrade my stats some more and continue my journey, finding a part of Kratos' shrine in the first room. Back in the Asgard Sanctuary was a surprising view waiting for me. Bro, I've climbed that chain way too many times. I do have the platinum for God of War 3 after all. I took a screenshot of this awe-inspiring view and kept going, eventually passing through Midgard as well. Now there are these more difficult enemies chosen by Valhalla that I have to kill to get further along my quest. I fell to them a couple of times. Die, die, die. Yeah, okay. On one of my attempts, Mimir told Kratos about how he fumbled the bag with Sigrun.
So I heard myself tell her that I didn't think I could give her what she needed.
Now, I am mad at you.
Pile on, brother.
And back at the beach, I decided to switch to the hottest piece of clothing I could find, becoming a shirtless daddy. My next chosen of Valhalla was a troll, which I found a lot easier to fight than the other enemies. I brutally slaughtered it, and was now faced by a mini-boss, which luckily for me was a breeze to kill. Back in Kratos' throne room, the familiar voice showed itself to be the severed head of Helios, having switched place with Mimir's. I then arrived at Helheim. The weaponry route you decide to upgrade for each run takes you to one of 3 different realms, each corresponding to the weapon you chose. Niflheim for the axe, and Muspelheim for the blades. For this run, I had chosen the Draupnir spear, letting me visit Helheim. Man, look at Helios. So weird having another head dangling on my ass. Then I found myself in Greece. Touching the sands teleports me to a sacrifice chamber from Kratos' past. I'll be honest, I don't know which game this is from. I only played the second and third. Anyways, I met a couple of undead soldiers and Kratos decided to whip out the Blade of Olympus. He then proceeds to sacrifice Helios. But it was all a trick. Now Mimir is the one being sacrificed. Kratos tries to save his bearded companion, but instead they both fall to their doom. Until Sigrun shows up and saves them both. Arriving back at the beach, I got the Dark Odyssey trophy. During my next attempt, I discovered Vanaheim while making my way back to Greece, where I now have to kill multiple of Valhalla's chosen to go further. After doing this and returning to the sacrifice chamber, Kratos realizes that maybe killing Helios wasn't such a good idea. Excluding that, what else is there really to do for Kratos than to end his own life instead? I kid. The person who invited us showed himself to be Tyr. Tyr brought attention to a giant green door. I very much wanted to see what's behind said door, but according to Tyr, we were way too weak to accomplish such a task. We then had a sparring contest, but he totally overdid it and killed us. While fighting my way back up the ranks, I passed through Muspelheim. I didn't manage to beat Tyr on this attempt either, but back at the beach, I spoke to Gunnar. I had now completed 9 mastery quests, giving me understood the assignment. Well, 3rd time's a charm, I won over Tyr and proceeded to the green door. Still too weak, Kratos got a migraine. And I got the Blood, Sweat and Tear trophy for having fought Tyr. I found a weird stone, which we will see more of later, and passed through Alfheim. After killing a troll, I visited Niflheim, the last realm needed for the Wayfarer trophy. Back in Greece, by the judges, I found the weird stone again, Kratos' Oath Stone. By interacting with it, I was judged and was rewarded with the Scry River trophy. I killed more than enough of the Valhalla's chosen that I had to, which made me so powerful that I could defeat a now stronger Tyr on my first attempt, even with this new cool weapon. Next attempt. Stumbled upon another relic from Kratos' past, Helios' shield. Faced an old enemy, got judged again, teleported to a boat on the Aegean Sea, where I could get good rewards, and got owned by Tyr. In the first room, I found a key that belonged to the boat captain. You have to pick it up on 3 different attempts for the You Again trophy. And here is the start of me going mad with the power of Gale Force. I defeated Tyr this time, giving Kratos some more mental improvements. The next relic was Pandora's statue. After defeating Magni and getting to the judges again, I interacted with it and got the No Kratos, No Scry trophy. And after I fought my way through both the Aegean boat and a new place, the Desert of Lost Souls, I also got the Easy Come, Easy Go trophy for collecting 15,000 fleeting echoes in a single attempt. There's not too many trophies left now. The next time I fought Tyr, he decided to whip out a katana. I did not survive, so I picked up the next boat key and had some fun with the camera mode, died, and picked up the last key I needed for the You Again trophy. And on my next attempt, I was strong enough to defeat Tyr for the final time, granting me entrance to the green door where Kratos came face to face with his younger self. After sitting down on his old throne, satisfied with his progress, Kratos' journey in Valhalla came to an end, and I was rewarded with the God of Hope trophy. But there's still one more trophy left to achieve. For this one, I have to participate in a battle in the Forum Arena, a new location found just before teleporting to Tyr. So back in I go, and after clearing out every single chosen of Valhalla and fighting through the boat and the desert, I was simply so overpowered that practically nothing could stop me. Just look at these stats. So on I went, teleporting to Tyr. Wait.
Found just before teleporting to Tyr.
I demolished Tyr and went back in. At least it seems more fitting to end this all with a Gale Force build. Okay, here's my OP Gale Force build. Pick the Gale Force Plus, drastically increasing the power of Gale Force skills. And it's already strong in the first rooms. Combine it with the concussive strength, increasing all stun damage, and the ceased rage burst, granting you a rage burst every time you stun grab an enemy. The risen stun, increasing stun damage dealt to airborne enemies. Just look how OP it is, and we're not even done yet. Stunning blast increases the power of Gale Force even more, and with the spear attunement, increasing all damage with the spear. There's also a glyph that makes stunned enemies explode when you attack them, inflicting stun damage on nearby enemies. You might as well take the Brimming Vigor, cause you're never gonna have less than 75% health, cause after you take the Slayer's health burst, you have a chance to get a health burst on any successful spear kill. Combine all of this with the Valor Rage path, you basically have infinite stun damage, infinite rage, and infinite health. And now you're unstoppable. Have fun. I went to the forum, and surprise, it's a berserker. He was actually kind of scary to fight, but I managed to defeat him on my first attempt. And I got my final trophy, Fight at the Forum. Woo, yay, yippee. I fought here again just for the fun of it, and went back to the beach. Now I can officially say I have all the trophies in God of War Ragnarok. I was also fast enough to be placed in a good spot in the 100% club on PSN profiles. Now that I have all the trophies for God of War 3, 2018 and Ragnarok, I guess this is the end of my own God of War journey as well. This list was pretty straightforward, but still a fun experience. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you want more. Bye bye!